Good morning. We're here with Jay at Cleaning Solutions, and Jay's going to go through the process on how we winterize our carpet vans so that they don't freeze in the wintertime. And Jay's going to go through the process, and it shouldn't take very long. This should help everyone in understanding how we do things here at Apartment Turnovers.
Okay. So here today we're going to just winterize the Boxer 421. Fairly simple process. Should take you about 10 minutes to complete, if that, once you get used to the process. First thing we want to start by doing is removing any fresh water from the unit. Right here, Boxer has a nice feature. This is your water box drain. Simply open this, let the water flow until there is no water coming out of the unit. We know now we've emptied our water box, our supply tank on the back of the unit, which sits right here. This is where we'll add the antifreeze to winterize the unit. So Bill, go ahead and we're going to start by adding the antifreeze into the freshwater tank on the machine. Usually going to use probably about 1.5 gallons, but this is what you would do. You would fill that tank complete with antifreeze. This here, which you should have on your trucks, is a loop hose for winterizing. What this hose does is it simply loops the high pressure output with the low pressure input, and this allows the antifreeze to cycle from that jug through the machine and mesh with all the water inside to bond and allow us to let the unit sit safely overnight. What I'll show you here is simply to empty the unit. Well, actually, on this particular unit, since we have what's called a live hose reel, I'm going to actually set it up with the live reel so we can winterize all the hose as well. And I'll show you how to do that. So we connect our live reel here. We want to make sure our freshwater input is actually disconnected. That way we're not accidentally feeding any fresh water back in the machine. So now with our live reel connected, we're going to go ahead, connect it to our winterizing hose, remove this coupling here so we have an open-ended hose. Now, God forbid you don't have a winterizing hose on your van, you can insert just a male QD by itself, which you could take off of any tool in a pinch, and put it in this hose just to create an opening. And you could always loop it right and drop it in that box on the back of the machine in an emergency if you do not have this hose. There's still ways to winterize even if you don't have this, and trust me, it's going to save you a lot of time and money in the long run. So what we'll do is we'll connect our winterizing hose, we'll start the unit, and what we want to do when we start the unit is we just want to run the unit until we see the antifreeze coming out of this hose, okay? So we're going to go ahead and start. Once our idle has stabilized, we go ahead, we would turn our pump on, and what I like to do is have my jug of antifreeze ready. That way, when I turn this pump on, and I have my water coming out, as soon as I see this water turn green, I'm going to go ahead and catch it with my jug and then shut my pump off. Now that I know I have my antifreeze coming out of my winterizing hose, I go ahead and take my coupler, reattach, now insert it on the water inlet. So now you've got the water coming out of the unit, going through that hose reel, coming back and going back into the unit. That is your antifreeze. So now what we want to do, turn the pump on, simply let the unit run for about 2 or 3 minutes. While that is taking place, take your chemical feed line, insert it into your antifreeze. Go ahead, turn it to prime. Let your meter fully fill with antifreeze. Any air, let it release. Now go ahead, turn it to the on position, and let it meter for about 30 seconds. That's going to winterize the chemical injection system of the machine. So again, this will let run for about 30 seconds, and we'll shut this off. Your chemical feed system will now be winterized, and then we'll let the machine run for about another minute or so. When this process is complete and I'm ready to shut the machine off, let's just say we're going to shut that off. Now, if this van is going to be staying outside for the evening and the technician does not want to bring in his tools, his wand, his RX-20, any tools that run water through them, especially that have brass fittings on them, are extremely susceptible to freezing. So what I would recommend, if you're not going to bring those tools inside, would be to simply disconnect your loop hose when you're done winterizing the machine, and then connect your hose from the machine, from your live hose reel, connect it to your tools, and spray them until you have antifreeze coming through. And that will save your tools as well. You'll wake up, your tools will work, you won't have to make a stop to see me, and make your morning a little more pleasant, that's for sure. So again, it's a very simple process. There's not much to it. Again, the better you get at it, the quicker you'll be. The process is as simple as just reversing what I did. Now we're going to remove the antifreeze from the system, which again, we're going to use this open-ended hose, but this time we would simply connect it to our solution hose, take this coupler off, and then we would return the antifreeze to our empty containers, saving as much as we can. And then from that point, once we have clear water coming out of our hose, we just want to flush it for about 2 to 3 minutes to get any remaining antifreeze out of there. And then same goes for this. We would just prime our chemical feed system, let it run for about a minute, and just flush the machine. Okay, and it's that simple. Same goes with your tools if you had winterized your tools. And then you're ready to go for the day. You can see the color change.
Yeah. Okay, there you see it. It's a very simple process. It took about 10 minutes, and I think this video should help everyone in winterizing their vans. Thank you.